Hey baby girls, mama girl here, back with a new video. So last week you guys kept tweeting at me and like DMing me saying, girl, story time was so good, do another. So I'm here to tell you about the time I almost died. As you can tell by the title of the video, like, you know, clickbait, but also not clickbait, because like it's basically true, but like, you know, whatever. Why don't we get right to it? Because why not? So it was back like January like 4th or like 6th something of 2013. This is the time when I lived in Indiana. Me and my friend Amber went to the zoo or something, and like that zoo has this little hill in the back. So we go to this hill because we're like, hey, let's go sledding. So we did. So we get there and pull out our sled. I had this little like circle shaped purple sled, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm so excited because I never went sledding before. So we're getting ready, and I was like, me being a pussy, I was like, let's go down the baby hill, because I was like 11, almost turning 12. We're getting ready to go down, and I had seen this little like hole, and it looked maybe 2 feet from where it looked 2 feet deep from like where we were standing up of. So I was like, okay, it's not that bad. But I told my sled, I was like, sled, girl, don't go into that hole, I'm finna die either way. As I'm going down, the sled said, hey, let's just go to the part where you said not to go. Like, and it did, and I was like, okay, cool, great. I just remember it was like in slow motion. And like everything like went slow motion, and then I smacked down on the ground. Boy, the scream, oh my goodness. Scream was so loud. I'm pretty sure I woke up the whole neighborhood, even though it was like maybe 10, I don't know. Smacked down really hard. I screamed so loud. Like, you know how when people scream and like they'll show like the birds flying away out of the trees? It was that in real life, and I was like, okay, cool. It hurt so bad. And me, back then, I used to exaggerate with pain. You hit me and I'm sitting there crying. But like this genuinely hurt so bad. My friend and her stepbrother fly down. They come see me. They're like, girl, get up. I was like, girl, I can't. I'm dying. Just leave me here to die. Like, you know, it's the end of it. This is the worst pain in my life. Her stepdad comes over. He's like moving my legs. I'm like, bro, that hurts. Please stop. I'm dying. I was left alone again. I have a phone at the time. Or I did. I don't know. I don't remember. Pretty sure I didn't, because I had to use my friend's stepbrother's phone to call my mom. Mom was like, she was like, get up, quit exaggerating, just come home then. And I was like, girl, I can't move. That's the thing, I can't move. She was like, quit exaggerating. I was like, girl, I ain't exaggerating this time. She's like, you say that about every single thing that you do. I was like, okay, girl, come for my wig, but okay. So I was sitting there, and then I was like looking up, and then I seen like my dead bunny, like not my dead bunny, but like my bunny in the sky who had died recently. And I was like, Drusilla, is that you? Am I really seeing angels right now? Is this my way to go? Like, your girl was gonna die. Like, I was ready, like I was accepting death at that point. Finally, my mom's like, whatever, I'll meet you at the hospital, because I called her again, and I was like, girl, I can't move, I can't go home, I'm not exaggerating. She's like, okay, whatever, go to the hospital, I'll see you there. If nothing's wrong with you, I'm beating you up. And I was like, okay, but I'm pretty sure something's wrong with me. Friends thought I was exaggerating too. She's like, girl, you didn't even, she's like, that's not even that deep. It turns out when like we got down, it was maybe like 4 feet, so I was like 2 feet off, and like I was going down the hill at full speed. I went up maybe like 4 feet more in the air than what that thing was, and I smacked down. So I was like up 8 feet in the air, and I smacked down. I was like, whose man's? But okay. They put me on like this sled that looks like a stretcher or whatever, like, you know what basically ambulances use or whatever, like a surfboard. They put me on it. They take me to my friend's stepdad's truck. They put me in there. We're on the way to the hospital. I get out. They put me on a wheelchair. Half my butt was showing. I wanted to pull up my pants, but I couldn't, because if I were to move any slight movement in my hip, it would hurt really bad and I would cry. So we get into the emergency room. I see my mom, I see my sister. They look pissed. They're like, girl, why are you exaggerating? Because I thought it was like a little hole. I was like, girl, that hole was 4 feet. I flew like 4 more feet in the air, like I'm dying. So we go up and we register me. They had the audacity to tell me, oh, please wait. Hopefully they'll have you in 30 minutes. And I was like, girl, excuse me? 30 minutes? I was like, I'm sitting here dying. I can't wait 30 minutes. 2.5 hours passed. Not just 1, but 2.5 hours of me sitting in a wheelchair. I was dying. Hungry. They said I couldn't eat because if they were gonna run tests and everything, they didn't want whatever I ate to mess it up. So I was sitting there dying, dehydrated, hungry, and pissed off. And I had to pee, and I couldn't move my body. Those were the longest in the worst 2.5 hours of my life. Finally, they passed me back to a room. They put me on a bed. They took another hour to attend me. I was like, whose man's of a hospital? I am dying. What are you guys doing? So then they finally attend me. They make me pee in this like little bowl thing, and everyone was in the room. They like picked me up, put me on it, and everyone was in the room. And I was like sitting there trying to pee, but I couldn't, but I had to pee. So then I was like, can you guys like get out? And before my sister, because she was the last one to get out, I believe, before she closed the door, I peed. This little bit of TMI, but whatever, I don't care. And they like run back the results. They were gonna do x-rays. They transferred me to the x-ray bed, and like they do x-rays and everything. It hurt so bad the way they tried to have me sit. I couldn't even laugh. It would hurt. Like, I was like, whose man's? Why am I hurting so bad? Why am I dying? And my mom thought I was still exaggerating. Come back with the x-ray results and the pee test or whatever results. And they're like, you have blood in your pee because your hip is broken in 3 different places. It somehow moved and punctured into your bladder and moved your ovaries. And I was like, oh, cool. That's great. You know, that's awesome. And I was like, and the first thing I do, I start crying, and the first thing I say, the very first thing I say, will I still be able to ride roller coasters? Like, that was the only thing I was worried about, was riding roller coasters. Like, honestly, still me to this day. Like, you know, they're like, yeah, you'll be able to. Probably not anytime soon, but like in like 6-7 months, yeah, you can. And I was like, okay, great. I was like, wow, I didn't know it was that bad. I was like, see, I wasn't exaggerating this time. It really did hurt. And then so that my mom asked, am I getting surgery? They're like, nah, she's too young. We don't want to like mess her up even more. Or like, we don't want like her to have like really bad arthritis or whatever. And now, whenever I'm in cold, my hips hurt really, really, really bad. And I'm like, bro, like, cause like I don't know why, I don't know, but just like when I'm in cold areas and like, let's say I'm wearing leggings or something, it will hurt my hips really bad. And I'm like, girl, whose man's? But you know, they're gonna transfer me to another hospital because the hospital that I went to was just like a 24-hour emergency room or whatever. But they wanted to transfer me to the hospital up north because that was the women and children's hospital area, which I ended up staying there for 4 days. I was like, whose man's? But okay. Put me on some morphine, I think that's what you call it, or something, I don't know. But by the time they were transferring me from the bed to the ambulance bed, there's like this little, like, you know how hospitals have like that weird mirror thing up on the ceiling? So I look up and I see myself like all wrapped up in blankets because it's cold outside, because it's winter and it's snowing really bad. It's probably like 2 degrees. But anyways, so I'm wrapped up and I see myself strapped up, and the only thing I say is the straight serious, like I was serious, girl, like I was 100% for real, for real. All I say is I look like a unicorn ready to hatch from my cocoon. To be honest, same. Literally me. That if that ain't me, I don't know what is. But everyone laughed while I was being serious because I did look like a unicorn ready to come out of my cocoon. They put some heart monitors all over my body. They transferred me onto the ambulance, which hurt really bad. I felt like I was dying. I was like, I don't like being transferred from bed to bed. I was like, whose man's? I can't just stay in this bed for like the rest of my life or something. It was a bumpy road. I thought we were gonna die because there was so much ice on the ground. I was like, if this ambulance flips and I die, I would say I'm killing myself, but I can't because I'm already dead. But I was like, I'm gonna be pissed. The nurse or whatever, he was like, I'm gonna take off your heart monitors. And at that time, I was like, what, 11? And so I had like, they put one on my ankle or something, like around like my leg area, and I had like a bit of hair. I was like, wait, let me do it. I was like, let me do it. Don't yank it fast. It's gonna rip off my leg hair or whatever. And I was wigging out about it. They're like, it's okay, I'm gonna go slow. I was like, I don't trust you. Last time another nurse said they were gonna pull it off slow. They pulled it off fast and I screamed and I cried. But no, I really didn't really. But I was like, it hurt. And he was like, trust me, I won't. I was like, okay, I trust you. So he peeled it off slow. I took the ones off my chest and everything because I guess they're like gonna do something else. We get to the hospital. They take about like 7 minutes to get me up to my room. I get up to my room. I was like, am I at a hospital or am I at a hotel? Because it looked nice. So I'm sitting there. I was like, can I finally eat or something? They're like, yeah, you can, because they ran more tests or whatever. So they finally brought me up some food. Girl, it was delicious. Let me tell y'all, that food, girl, I wasn't quite sure if I was eating at a hospital food or a 5-star restaurant, because that was so bomb. I forget what I ordered. It was like some vegetarian food, which I ordered on accident, but girl, it was great. If I could eat that meal one more time, I would. I stayed there for 4 days. Like the 3rd day, they started to get me to walk with this walker, and I felt like an old lady. I was like, wow, I'm literally an old lady. I have a walker and a broken hip. Like, old ladies who? They're in shambles. They're quaking in their old grandma shoes, but queens. They tried to get me walk downstairs and upstairs because I lived in an apartment at the time, so I had to get from like downstairs to upstairs. That hurt really bad. I hate doing the stairs. I cheated on the walker. They want me to use both feet, but instead I would just push the walker and jump. It hurt to walk, obviously. They said to stay in bed for like a month. So I missed you know how you miss like 2 weeks of school, and then there's like a really bad snowstorm, so there's another week off or whatever. And then I missed like 4 more weeks. So I missed like, I don't know the math, but I missed like, what, like a month and a half or like something like that of school, which was great, but still dying. Like, it was like not like your girl was having fun. I was literally in bed all day or on the couch dying, and I couldn't even laugh, okay, because it would hurt. I was like, who's man? But anyways, comes 4th day, my uncle comes to pick me up in his truck, and then they give me the wheelchair and the walker to take home. But the wheelchair was for rent or whatever, like I rented it or something, but like my Medicaid paid it off or whatever. But I got to keep the walker. My uncle comes to pick me up. He puts me in the truck. We're on our way home. We went over several bumps. It hurt. I get to my house. My uncle carries me up to my apartment, lays me down on the couch, and I stayed in that position for like 12 million years. My mom had to buy me a little stool for the showers so I could take a shower. If not, like, it would hurt, and like I couldn't laugh, it would hurt to cough, I couldn't get up. It was terrible, and it was a not good way to spend my winter break, and I literally thought I was dying. I like had fevers for some reason. Overall, it wasn't great. I would not recommend breaking your hip. It's not good, it's not cute, it hurts. You're like an old lady now whenever you're in cold. You know how they say, oh, my bones get really fragile and when they're in cold? Yeah, it does. I didn't believe them until I broke my own hip, and now my hip hurts really bad when I'm in cold areas. But anyways, that concludes my story time of how I broke my hip and almost died, because I was literally like going in and out of consciousness while like on the ground I saw like angels or stars or whatever. I was like, yep, I'm literally dying. That's great. Stay safe out there. Don't tell your sled to not go into a hole, because it will do the exact opposite, because she's a dumb birch who doesn't listen. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, also give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you want to see next week. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, tell them, girl, don't ever break your hip. Shook, take care of yourselves. XOXO. Chismosa girl, out.